This is what Origin does right, and this is what they should change. What's up, Axie fam? Welcome back to another video. I love the Axie page system versus the previous scroll in Axie Infinity. I also like how they are giving Axies their own personalities. They're giving these Axies, they're personifying them, giving them human qualities. You know, we have Olaf, he's like a grumpy war veteran. And we have Bubba, who's like kind of like a frisky, like angsty, like teenager type, you know? And then we have like the fairy, and then we have like the wolf thing and the chimeras, and like they're bringing them to light. That's what I really like about it. I really enjoy crafting. It's a very loot box opening feel, kind of like opening up Magic the Gathering packs in the old MTG days, you know? It feels a lot like opening and minting heroes in other games like Luna Rush. Epic, am I gonna get like the Mythic? Am I gonna get the rare? Am I gonna get the Heart of the Ocean? You know, like just waiting for that moment when you get the Heart of the Ocean and you get to jump up and down, you know? That I do really enjoy. I really like all the new mechanics. Bleed is pretty awesome. It really punishes your opponent for playing a lot of small cards. Like say you have a opponent who has a watering can that you've triggered with your Feather Fan 4 times, and now they have like a ton of free zero-cost watering cans. Go ahead and spam them while your guy is bleeding. Heal for 6 and take 15. Yeah, so I really like the bleed mechanic. I really like how they did poison. It feels balanced enough. I really like Bubble and Leaf. I think those two are like so original. Like we never saw that coming. Like, what is Bubble? You know, like trying to figure out what Bubble was and what Leaf was. I remember me theorizing what Feather Fan would do and what the Feather was gonna do. So like, there's a ton of new mechanics. You know, like we have Mavis that reduces the cost of a card, and it's like all this cool stuff. And then now we have extra stuff on the board. We have boards with like multiple trunks, and then we have, you know, Robin and Mavis, and like there's all these new mechanics, and it's totally radical, you know? It's crazy how adding 2 parts that have existed on these Axies have completely changed the Axie's value. The marketplace was up like 410% in terms of volume. All these Axies that were like tanking in prices over the last seasons, you know, older Axies, every time the meta changed, the price went down and down and down and down. And now these Axies that were going for like 0.009, these older Axies got life in them again. And that's a big deal. There's a lot of Axies that I purchased that I never would have even looked at before. Like, I've spent like 0.14 Ethereum on just cool Axies that I want to play on Origin. It's addicting. Now, that being said, this is where the video is going to get very opinionated. I don't think the discarding mechanic is in the spirit with Axie, the play counterculture, and competitive spirit. You discarding your cards and getting an entirely new hand is just too few steps away from being an auto battler. I said it. It is 1 or 2 short steps away from being the original Axie Infinity game that came out. There was auto battles, and that hurts. That hurts the competitive spirit of the game. What would I do about this problem? I would make the draw 4 per turn, so it feels new compared to Axie Infinity. I'd make the starting hand 5 instead of 6, so you're less likely to have turn 1 kills or OTKs. And I would not have a maximum hand size, because you do have a lot of effects like Lumber, Watering Can, that add a lot of extra cards that didn't exist in Axie Infinity that are a blast to play. Watering Can is addicting. I bought 2 Watering Can. I don't want to get into that. There's a lot of fun mechanics, but it would give a significant outplay potential that is not there in Origins. There's no, I'm gonna egg bomb here next turn, and you know, you keep like transitioning your brain. It may be that Origin is designed about keeping your Axies alive at all costs. Don't let them die, because if they get KO'd, then you have these revenge cards in your deck gunking up your draws. What I would do, 5 cards to start, 4 card draw every turn. You don't discard your hand, but turn 1, the starting energy is 2. Player 1 starts at 2. Player 2, who goes second, has 2, and he could have the coin. But then after that, it would go up to 3 energy. That would be a good way to balance it and stop the lucky turn 1 kills. Cottontail, Nemo, Aranda, something, Shoal Star probably. Crafting is awesome, but there is not nearly enough of it happening. I would drop the common craft down to like 50 moon shards, add in a chance of getting moon shards from the craft back. This way, an utter failure doesn't feel so degrading and so off-putting. I should be off-putting. Leave a comment down below if you got that reference. Here's how I would change the levels. I would add a lot more. Lots of unlockables, lots of stuff to do, lots of stuff to look forward to. Forever to get to the next level, it's not very exciting. If you're unlocking something even a little spark in your brain, that serotonin pump, you know, that it's stuff that really wants you to drive and keep going. Here's what I would do. I would drop the first level down to 50 moon shards. Really low rate, pretty much a wash. You're not going to get out of it most of the time. Maybe occasionally you get like a generic or neutral rune that's like, you know, maybe we have one level that's even worse. I would have more levels of unlocking. Level 1, basic, 50 moon shards. Really low rate, pretty much a wash, because crafting is fun because it's like, what am I going to get? You can make the level 1 that's only 50, which you can get in like 12 hours in your rewards box. Then you get to use it for something. You don't have to wait until you have like 600 or 1000 or 1600 or 2600 or more. What I would do is I would have that basic one only costing 50 have a failure chance, but you get half your moon shards back. So it kind of feeds into that system like, okay, it's not a big deal. I got 25 moon shards back. When I get 25 more, I'll do it again. Give it another shot. So I would do level 2, 100 moon shards tier, same odds, but the fail mechanism is less forgiving. The 100, you have a slightly better odds, maybe very minuscule, you know, but the fail mechanism that gives you the moon shards back to keep you going and going, half, I would do like, say like 40. So it's a little less forgiving because you have slightly better rates. But you give people that option, right? So level 3, I'd do a 250 moon shards tier. Same odds, but slightly more experience when crafting. So that kind of snowballs their leveling up, right? So the next one I would do the 500 moon shards tier. Slightly better odds than level 3. Then I would do a level 5, 1000 moon shards tier, which would be equivalent to what we have now. So all these other ones that I listed would just be lower tiers of what we currently have. So 1000 moon shards tier, a lot better odds. No fail moon shards kickback, like I was stating for the first two, but a chance to get a double or triple reward. Like, it's not very good odds. The odds are still terrible. They're the basic ones that we have now, but you have a chance to get a double or triple reward. So level 6, 2000 moon shards tier, but you can select to improve the odds of getting a bird, beast, plant. The next level, you do the same. Bug, aqua, reptile. I'm assuming that there's an item in line because there's some box available. So maybe there's an improvement in the works for that. But I think you could build it into the level system as well. Level 8, 2000 moon shards tier, improved mech, dusk, and dawn ratios. And then level 9, 4000 moon shards, but it's a guaranteed bird, beast, or plant, rune, or charm. Level 10, bug, aqua, reptile. Level 11, mech, dusk, dawn. So the next one would be a big jump. Level 12, 2500 moon shards for a random rune, uncommon or better. The next one, level 13, 7500 moon shards for a random rune, rare or better. Level 14, 10,000 moon shards for a significant increase in rarity pools, no commons or uncommon. And then here's where you could choose to use like some version of moon dust to affect if it's a bird, beast, plant, bug, reptile, you know. My last one would be level 15, be 25,000 moon shards for a guaranteed mythic. That's a goal. Like, I will get there. I will craft the bottom tier over and over again, tens of thousands of times. I will reach level 15. I will drop 75,000 for 3 guaranteed mythics for my team. That's what you do. Gives me the goosebumps. They need that. They need that constant feedback. Little reward to keep them going. Another thing in crafting, I think the breakdown, when you're taking something and breaking it down to its base components, the rewards, the proponents you get for crafting from that are abysmal. It's like a 20% return from your breakdown. So I think those should be closer to like 70%. The next major change is an absolute must. Leave a comment down below if you made it this far in the video. The revenge cards are pretty much hated by the community as a whole. It doesn't make sense for them to go into our own deck. A few of us, the Axie Infinity subreddit, have talked about how the revenge cards, if they were a true revenge cards, shouldn't they go into our opponent's decks? That way, turn 1 kills, which are a big deal, won't be such an enormous setback for the person going second. Leaf is triggering twice. Have 5 leaves. Okay, that's 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. It makes me dizzy. Is they are so fun as a mechanic and they are so powerful, it's resulting in a lot of the meta being either disable soar, which I'll get into in a second. My other video's up there if you want to go watch it about how it's so overpowered. Since my next point is the games take way too long, but they add a lot of time to the game. A normal game of Origin takes 2 to 3 times longer than an Axie Infinity game. What could I do about the length of the matches without throwing away the hard work done by the art department? If I was Sky Mavis, I would do just like they did from V1 to V2, where they sped up the animations. That was a huge day. A lot of us lost a lot of MMR playing way too fast, but it was awesome. It was a blast. And I would get rid of the flipping animation of the revenge cards. This eats up like 10 or 15 seconds of your turn, making you feel even further behind. My other big change, the new leaderboard changes are a blast. Seeing you climb, you have like so many opportunities to climb and you get to see your progression. Like, that's awesome. I think there needs to be an indicator showing which part of the current rank you're in, but because there's nothing to illustrate your progression, but it doesn't show your stars in your current rank. So adding that to your arena screen, that would be a great way to really illustrate, okay, I definitely have to win this next one, or I have some leeway, or what the heck, why did I go back down? I thought, you know, those situations. So runes, this one's big. Sky Mavis, if you're watching this, Jihos, Jeff, any of y'all that are out there, I had this really negative experience where I got a rare rune. I know that's a weird sentence to hear. I put it on an Axie. That Axie sold and my rune was gone forever. This is brutal. Could you imagine selling your car, but your Xbox was in it? Switching teams is kind of buggy. That's really not a big deal. What is a big deal is having to manually go through your Axies and find which Axies on the previous team that you've already deleted and you can't remember it was on there, to remove their charms and runes to equip to another Axie. Give us an unequip all charms off all Axies button. Make it if you delete a team, it automatically removes the charms and runes off those Axies. Please give us maybe one button that's remove, unequip all charms on all teams, or unequip all charms and runes that are on Axies that aren't on teams. All right, so super long video, I know. It sounds like I'm complaining. I'm just really trying to give some feedback and maybe some type of feature request in the form of a video that's easy to consume. This is my last direction to the Sky Mavis team about Axie Origin. Change Chomp, change Doubletalk, change Kestrel. These do not work like they did in Axie Infinity, and they are crushing the meta, and literally people are already quitting because they can't stand how overpowered it is. I would change the art on Chomp to an Axie munching on the tail of another Axie and make it disable the tail card. I think that's very in the flavor of the card and won't cause the frustration like it is currently. Give us back the previous one where you can use a card to clear the stun. That card just fizzles and then you can use your other cards on that Axie. I would change the art on Kestrel to 2 Axies headbutting each other, disabling the horn card. And then I would change Doubletalk more to the original effect, so it's keeping in the spirit of the card and ignoring the shields and maybe even the secrets. Overall, it's extremely relaxing compared to ranked in Axie Infinity, but it takes about 13 hours to go through 60 stamina. What do you think? Am I overstepping some boundaries? Am I forgetting something important? What do you like most about Axie Origin? What do you like the least? Do you agree with anything I said in this video? If you did, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next video.